Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I thought I'd come and say hello, wish you a good day. I've been told Spirit is confirming to me that it's very important for me to continue to do those messages, those videos. For in essence, what we seek as a light worker is to move from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. It is like we're moving from the realm of matter to a realm of spirit and light. But in between, there is the fourth dimension, which is a great river that's called emotion, and there is all kinds of cross currents, and it's very difficult to cross. It's like every time we try to cross, we're like drinking water, and it's like, then we return to the third dimension. But even what we want is to create a bridge. And every time we have the courage to go towards the other side, we are creating stepping stones, and at some point there will be enough stepping stones, and we'll reach the other side. From the other side, we'll be able to catch up, we'll be able to know, we'll be able to fix up, we'll be able to integrate, we'll be able to be seated within our own self. And so, well, I hope those messages will resonate with you. I'm talking about those spiritual ideas and things, and so. For it always has been difficult to incarnate on planet Earth. It's always been a very big challenge. But during those times of great shift, it is even more courageous for those in heavens and non-incarnated world. Do look at all the beings that are incarnated on the Earth with this mission of light work, of bringing light, of wisdom keeper, healers, light workers, educators, those who are anchoring this energy here as great. Our courage will be recognized in eternity. For we're moving towards the end of time. It is a very challenging time. The end of time does not mean the end of the world. It means eventually we're going to move towards the 0 point, where there will be an opening to this eternal now, this eternal moment, and this will be demonstrated and understood scientifically, so that nobody will be able to deny that connection to that 0 point energy. For society will not be able to continue like that for decades and decades, maybe a few months, a few years, but there has to be a change in order for us to survive that great shift. And what's accelerating the process is the awakening of collective consciousness. It's the only thing it's not the only thing. For the will of heaven will happen no matter what, of individual will, but it is the participation of each person. Your own participation is essential to the process of ascension, so never diminish the value, the significance of you being here on this earth, and accepting to go through all the difficulties sometimes to achieve that, to look towards that point of freedom at the end. For very soon we will have the tools. We have new tools that we will be able to become much more efficient co-creator. We'll have new spiritual tools. For now we're still working with those two programming, the past that keeps coming back in order to be integrated, and the future which is wanted. And it's like those two programs are running. So it is important to be careful, because to watch our thoughts. Thoughts are real things. They take on momentum. They have forms. They have directions. They have colors. And so watch your thoughts and only fuel those that are wanted. Just whenever there is an unwanted thought, unwanted emotion is like a spiral going down. So just breathe and bring the spiral up in the void, or bringing just a positive thoughts will allow the thoughts to go back up. But sometimes we have no choice but to accept negative thoughts that do not belong to us, that pass through our mind. So it is about finding the step to returning to center, to neutrality, or positive thoughts. We are going to have to let go of all our childish dreams, childish activities. We want to be like a child, but we do not want to be childish. For we're gonna have very soon. We're gonna move into the fifth dimension, and we're gonna have all those new potential, new dream, far glorious, more that is aligned with our soul. And so the key to doing that is to follow the joy, follow our joy, follow our passion, those things that holds deep interest for us. We also need to be grounded, very grounded, to drink a lot of clean, pure water as much as possible. Bless your water, ask your angels, your creator, your guides to assist you if you bring light into the water, to elevate it. Always, when you think about it, you can elevate the frequency of water. Water is a magical element. And because the more electronics we use, the less grounded we are, the less connected we are. It is disconnecting us, and we are like overwhelmed with new forms of electronic. Electronics is important, but the internet is essential to the process of unification of the world. But we still want to be connecting to nature. Sometimes turn off those programs, turn off those electronics, because it's acidifying. It creates acid within our body. When we want to alkaline, we want to turn this energy into an alkaline process where we feel whole, we feel good, and electronic does not do that. So the more connected we are, the less connected we are to so go in nature, ground your energy, drink a lot of water. Try to choose not to necessarily completely change your diet, but try to find more food that are alkaline. We do not want to focus on the media, and the media is especially designed to take away our take away our self-empowerment, to keep people in fear and to make them submissive to a program. For there is light and truth and beauty that is also communicated in the media, but there is so it's like you want to be relying in truth. There is only you here. There's the only one, only you, and the one is indivisible. You can never be divided. You can never be separated. For God can never be split up. It is just an illusion of for a very short time, which is even hundreds or thousands of incarnations. Is a very, very short time that we accept this illusion of separation. But it is so small within the eternal truth that God doesn't mind. It allows that, because it knows that we will eventually all come to our senses and return to this unity, to this understanding of love, inclusion, light, bliss. You are far more powerful than any other circumstances, and the key is to let go of fear and separation and move into love and inclusion, knowing there is only one, and it is you. We also want to be asking for upgrades every day. To be our DNA is like a computer program. It needs to be upgraded every day. And so you ask, because we're all unique and we have a unique past. Everything is designed by our soul, and it is being moved forward by our oversoul, our monad, our soul family from the 8th dimension, and it is ministered by I am presence, that which want to bring everything into the unity of the one. We're moving from the linear to the quantum, the linear being complex and limited, the quantum being unlimited and simple. So this is for the best is yet to come. This is in essence what I wanted to share. For the a lot of snakes today for shedding skin. It's like shedding our skin. So the past is Soma. So in past, present, future, the past is Soma, is the illusion, it is the moon. Right now the situation is the last laugh, is the ability to the future. We're not afraid of the future, but we are often afraid of the unknown and of change. The change, we're not afraid of change, but we're afraid of the unknown. So there's so much unknown about the future. The cards tell the guidance here about the future is to keep your sense of humor active, to stay light. And in the future, there will be the hot seat, the seat of responsibility, the seat of the emperor, the seat of to be seated in I am presence, to be empowered, to be powerful, to be wise in how we use this power. But it is a responsibility. The more we ascend, the more freedom we get, and the more freedom we get, the more responsibility in relationship to our own self and our collective that we are serving. What we're working on right now is the serpent power. It is the power of will, it is the power of sex, it is very potent, it is the power of choice. So we do want to make choice. And the future and the outcome of that will be the integration of the twin energy, the Ida and the Pangala, the two snakes that will be meeting each other. It's the Mercury, it is the one, remembering the one. It is the power of the magician. And so there is this integration. Once we achieve this right choice, we'll be able to fully get our new powers, new tools of creation. We'll feel a lot more at ease and comfortable here in this physical body, in this physical earth. For sometimes there may be old shadows and old fears. They need to be released. They've been trapped within ourselves. So do not avoid. I would recommend to avoid to use drugs or alcohol or anything else to allow yourself to pass through that, to release that, for those things are connected to lower astral entities, but if we do not feed them, they will go away. There is no, they're only interested as long as we're afraid or as we're manipulable. For them, some of them have the power of seduction. The mind can trick us to believe that there is something inferior we want to return to because we've been used to it and it's been working out in the past. But we have to move forward. So it is about being courageous. And well, in essence, this was the message I wanted to address today. I'm going to pull 4 more cards and see from different station of consciousness. For as we open our antennas, we connect to all kinds of different stations, and every upper stations got a different kind of wisdom to share. For the highest wisdom is commitment. We are committed to a certain path, and we want to stick to that program. What we need to understand is the passion of the wide red mother. It's about following the heart, following the passion, following the joy, following those things that make us feel so good. We have all came with certain preference. Right now there is Venus and the Sun that are coming together in the Cancer, which is opposing Saturn and the South Node, and the North Node is with the Sun, and so it's our preference. We have to let go of all the past. Pluto and Saturn in Capricorns is all of the past, the Lord of Karma, the Lord of Transformation, that is opposing the Sun, the beauty of the Sun, and Venus, the beauty of love, and all our preferences. So it is important to utilize those time as much as possible. Seize the day. For everything is passing anyway, so do whatever you can today. The more you are able to do, to move forward today, the best possibility will be for tomorrow, and then eventually we're going to move into the non-time, where all things will become possible at all time. 001, 0110, this opening the code to the infinite matrix. What we need to do is the all-encompassing hand. For understanding that all is held within the hand of God. The whole universe of universes. For we can't really expand all that far, but we can expand our consciousness and understand that whatever we're experiencing is a minuscule experience of who we truly are. Because as a universal being, we are experiencing all kinds of other things that are beyond our consciousness, and so we can draw in this energy and hold things within your hand, and so you can care with, you can look at things with more care as a parent, and so you can hold those things in love for everything to be included, to bring this inclusion in reality, and so to sew the tapestry of our life with far more wisdom and vision. And the outcome is the blessing of Al-Hakim. It is about receiving these great blessings. For we want to bless ourselves. Remember, you are blessed. Bless yourself. Bless the world. Receive the blessings. For you are assisted once you're sincere and you in removing all the darkness in order to become your higher self, in order to serve the planet, serve the universe, serve your Creator. Then your intention will align, and you will receive far greater. Even more assistance from the invisible world. For those in the invisible world are bound by law. There's this law of evolution, so they cannot overstep the law. They cannot make the choices for you. It is not about their power, that they will only come to assist to certain things they can do, certain things they will give you the power to understand that it is within your power. So it is a process. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. The paintings, I'm going to pull one more card with the Akash at the end and sing a song. This painting is a portrait of a girl. Her name is Carol. She's somebody I'm receiving a vision that's coming to her. So I painted her, so I know that she's already there in my life. And this is a painting about, this painting was there for like a number of months. And I put a painting about the 7 families of spirit beings. And here it is a painting about the stars and dissolving. It's like the stars are dissolving, we're moving beyond in the great unity, in the great light. At some point, everything is dissolving into the one. We're going to be crossing into this... crossing over the river, and there is so much depth and mystery, depth in this painting. It's very, it's a great deal of dynamism. It took me over a year to integrate the signature on the upper right, but it's a unique painting. I only did one of those. I'm going to sing a song. I took it at random. I'm not really any sort about music today, so it's a song about peace. It's a song by a wonderful singer, author, composer. It talks about peace. It's a song about world peace, and it's called I forgot how it's called "Blowing in the Wind." How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, how many times must the cannonball fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, how many times can a man turn his head pretending he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Well, thank you, Bob Dylan, for this beautiful song. For a lot of the musicians from the 60s and 70s become the philosopher for awakening the population to this necessity of the necessity of making peace in the world. And so there is a great deal of philosophy in all those music. For now, a bit different in the hip hop. I'm not saying that rap music is not philosophical, but it's more contestation, and so. But there may be some very, very powerful music that will come, and I'm sure there is still. It's just maybe I haven't really been in touch about the deep philosophical and love energy. It's just when you're young, you're more attuned to what's new in music, or when it's your profession. For me, I'm more into the arts, but it's a beautiful song that reminds us that there is no more need for any violence and brutality. Let us respect each other. Let us love each other. There's so much more value and pleasure in loving each other than in creating this separation and ego domination. So the card of the day as a final note is the vessels. For the vessels, about exploration. It's about using the wind to be propelled, to be the wind to be the wind in the sail of history, to be the wind in propulsing the energy forward. So it is about it may be about through boats. If you're invited on boats, it's nice to navigate, but it's also about exploration, crossing the great waters, allowing ourselves to be free from the old programming. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much for liking, sharing, subscribing. I wish you and commenting. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.